Let's talk about a couple of your former teams here, starting with the Ravens. 3 losses in a row. Ian Rappaport came on game day morning after you signed off on Good Morning Football weekend, Steve, and said that John Harbaugh's on the hot seat. Then they went out and lost to the Steelers. Is that a deserved hot seat, do you think, for John in Baltimore?
Well, whether it's deserved or not, somebody hit that seat warmer, and he's on that 10-hour road trip from Charlotte, to Disney World, Florida, and it's hot right now. I mean, he is sweating, got a sweater on, everything. He even took his shirt off. He got his scarf off. It is humid because you got to understand they got a new GM that's going to take over Eric DeCosta. You got Ozzie Newsome, Hall of Famer. He's great. It's his time moving on, right? You look at this offense. They changed offense. They changed quarterback coach. They changed defense coordinator. Your defense coordinator retires in 9 days later. He's a new defensive coordinator for Tennessee Titans, so they moved him out, right? They spend money. They got some great guys, but they're not getting in the win column, right? So at some point, it's not the players. They drafted a quarterback. It's not the players. And I'm not saying it's John Harbaugh, but time is coming up, and this is a team and a city that expects playoffs, expects to win, and they keep coming up short, and something has to change.
Is something wrong with Flacco, or is it just his time? Is it just time, Steve?
I think it might be his time. It's just like in New York. It's not necessarily something always wrong with a guy. Sometimes it just happens. That's the way ball is, right? It just happens. We all have to leave, whether they usher you out, they revoke your access card, or an injury happens, or it's just time. And unfortunately, at some point, it's going to be time for Joe, and it looks like it's coming up sooner than later for Coach Harbaugh. And I think Coach Harbaugh is a great coach. But when you don't make the playoffs with a team that you're expecting to make the playoffs, this isn't the Cleveland Browns, this isn't the Cincinnati Bengals, where below average is accepted. Baltimore, they don't accept below average.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.